Welcome to Gentle Vinyasa Flow. We're going to warm up first. We'll go through some gentle flows. We do have our harvest moon coming this Thursday, so we'll do a little moon salutation today in anticipation of that. And of course, we'll cool down and enjoy some relaxation at the end of class. Let's start in Sukhasana, easy pose. Find something comfortable way to sit. If you want to sit on a blanket, you can always do that. Start by just rocking back and forth and grounding our sits bones, trying to create equal pressure on both sides of the body so we can stack ourselves tall, lift the sternum, pack the shoulders back and down. And seal the lips. Let's breathe in and out through the nose. We can softly close our eyes. Let's just bring our awareness to the breath to begin, observing the inhales and the exhales. Observing the length of the inhales and the exhales. And gradually lengthening the exhales, perhaps even to the point where the exhale is about twice as long as the inhale. The exhale is where we stimulate the parasympathetic nervous system, our rest and digest. The exhales help calm the body, slow the heart rate, lower the blood pressure. We can return to a normal breath. Let's breathe in and out through the nose. Let's try our Ujjayi breath, our ocean breath, or Darth Vader breath, sometimes we call it, where we just lightly constrict the backs of our throats so that we can hear the breath ourselves. We use this breath to build heat. We can softly open our eyes. Let's press up through the crown of the head, lengthening the neck. We'll drop the right ear toward the right shoulder. You can rest your hand on your head if you want to add a little bit of extra stretch here. Feel this in the left side of the neck. Relaxing back to center, we're tipping the left ear to the right shoulder now. The option to rest the hand, stretch the right side of the neck. Come back to center. Now we'll inhale tall, pressing up to the crown of the head. Exhale, turning the head to the right. With each inhale, think about bringing a little more length to the neck. With each exhale, see if you can find a little more movement, a little more rotation. We'll relax back to center. Inhale, press up to the crown of the head. Exhale, we'll turn to the left this time. Once again, each time we inhale, we'll lengthen up through the crown of the head. And as we exhale, perhaps we take a little deeper turn, looking over the left shoulder. Come back to center. Again, stacking the spine tall, keeping the neck long in the back. We're going to tip the head at the very top of the spine so the chin comes down toward the collarbone. We're still pulling up the back of the neck, the back of the head, length. And we'll lift the chin. Let's drop the right ear, drop the chin, drop the left ear, come back to center. Drop the left ear, drop the chin, drop the right ear, come back to center. Right, chin, left, lift, left, chin, right, and lift. Let's roll the shoulders back 2 or 3 times. Big shrug. Then roll them forward 2 or 3 times. Then we'll roll them back again 2 or 3 times, really opening up the front body, learning how to slide those shoulder blades back and down. Imagine sliding your shoulder blades down toward your back hip pockets. Lifting the sternum, drawing the abs in, stacking the spine. Bring our fingertips out to the side. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, press down. As we lift, we might turn our thumbs back to open our shoulders more. As we press, we might turn our thumbs forward again. Circle sweep the arms. Once more with both arms. Now just the right arm comes up. Inhale. And exhale, taking it over. We can slide the left hand farther out. We can deepen the side bend. If we have a block or cushion, we can lower our elbow to the block or cushion, or we can lower it down to the floor, trying to keep our sits bones down. A couple of breaths here, expanding the side body. Inhaling to lift back up, exhaling down. Inhaling left arm up, exhaling over. Right hand can slide farther out. Use the breath to expand the side body. Option to lower the elbow to a block, a cushion, or the floor. Keeping sits bones down, spiraling the chest toward the ceiling. A couple of breaths here, expanding the ribs. Inhale and exhale, back up. Let's just sweep our fingertips around a little bit, warming up the spine for rotation. Let's switch the cross of our legs. We'll bring the left hand to the right thigh. We'll sweep the right hand behind us, lifting the chest, propping us up nice and tall. We have lots of length in the spine as we inhale. Take that twist as we exhale, turning to the right. With each inhale, try to find a little more length in your spine. With each exhale, you might find a tiny bit more rotation. Looking over the right shoulder. Relaxing back to center. This time we're bringing the right hand to the left thigh, sweeping the left hand behind, stacking ourselves up tall. Taking a twist as we exhale. Inhale and exhale, deepening our twist. Relaxing back to center. Let's stack our knees now. We'll bring one foot back by the hip, other foot back by the other hip, trying to stack the knees. If you don't want to stack your knees, just stay in easy pose, it's fine. Inhale tall, exhale, sliding fingertips out, folding forward into shoelace. Breathe in, sink. We'll stay here for about 5 breaths. We'll rise up, bring your fingertips back in. We'll switch the cross of our knees or our legs, drawing our feet back by our hips. Inhale tall, exhale, folding forward. Releasing the head, 5 breaths. Rising back up, drawing fingertips back in. Let's uncross the legs and come onto our hands and knees. Wrists under the shoulders, knees under the hips. You have the option to make fists for wrists to keep your wrists aligned. Let's draw the abs in. Let's slide the shoulder blades down the back and lengthen the neck, making space between the ears and shoulders. Inhaling, we lift the chest and tailbone, looking forward for cow pose. Exhale, scooping the abs, curling the spine. We look in at the knees for cat pose. Inhale, lift, looking forward. Exhale, scoop, looking in. Now follow your own breath. When you need to inhale, that's when you lift. When your body says exhale, that's when you scoop. We'll come back to neutral spine. We'll slide the left foot back, curl the toes under, we'll rock. And then we'll float that left foot across the right foot. We can press the left hip out to the side and look over the right shoulder and rock diagonally here. Can float that left leg straight out behind us, nice and strong. Right arm comes forward. We've got spinal balance here. Bracing from the core, working from the inside out. We can also go out to a 45-degree angle or to a 90-degree angle, still stabilizing from the core. Back to 45 degrees, back to forward and back. Back down to hands and knees. Let's sit back on our heels. Let's rise up to all fours. Let's sit back on our heels. Let's rise up to all fours. Let's sit back on our heels. Let's rise back up to all fours. This time sliding the right foot back, curling the toes under and rocking. Loosening up the calf, immobilizing the ankle joint. Then floating that right foot across the left foot, pressing the right hip out, looking over the left shoulder, rocking diagonally here. Then floating that right leg up and out behind us, straight and strong, pressing back through the heel like we're pushing into a wall behind us, extending the left arm forward for spinal balance, still working from the abs, drawing the abs in. Little Uddiyana Bandha there. We can take our arms and legs out to 45 degrees or to 90 degrees, still drawing the abs in, back to 45, back to forward and back down to hands and knees, sink back to the heels, rise back to all fours, sink back to the heels, all fours. Now from here, we'll inhale the left arm up into the air, and we'll exhale and sweep under the body, reaching through. Inhale to lift back up. Exhale to sweep it through. Next time we inhale and exhale, we thread the needle, sliding that left arm right on under, bringing the left shoulder down, the left temple down, looking under the right arm. We can press down into that right hand to deepen our twist here. Or we can slide that right hand farther forward over the head to open the side body. A couple of breaths here. Now bringing the right hand back under the right shoulder. You're inhaling the left arm back into the air one more time. Exhaling it back down. Now we'll inhale the right arm up into the air. Exhale through. Inhale, lift. Exhale through. Inhale, lift. This time as we exhale, we will thread that needle, reaching right on through, bringing shoulder down, temple down to the floor, either pressing into the left hand or sliding forward, opening the side body, using breath to expand the ribs. Then we'll bring that left hand back under the left shoulder. We inhale the right arm up into the air. We exhale back down. Let's bring our big toes together now. Open our knees a little wider and sink back into a proper child's pose, sinking our hips down to our heels. We can slide our fingertips forward and float the forehead down to the floor. If you like, you can stack your hands and rest your forehead on your hands. You could also cross your arms, grab your elbows to rest your forehead, or you can sweep your arms back beside you. A couple of breaths. Let's bring awareness to the lower back. Feel that spine gently tractioning and lengthening as the hips sink. Let's bring our arms forward again if we have them back. Let's inhale and exhale, bringing our hands to the right side of the mat, perhaps even stacking the left hand on top of the right hand. We'll inhale and exhale and sink that left hip toward that left heel. It probably popped up a little bit when you crossed your hand over. That's pretty normal. Use breath, expand, exhale to sink. Let's inhale and exhale our hands back to shoulder width. Settle in for a breath or two at center. Find that length in your spine. Come back into the awareness of your breath. Then we'll inhale and exhale our hands over to the left side of the mat with the option to stack the right hand on top of the left hand. Inhale, expand, exhale to sink that right hip back down because again, it probably popped up a little bit. Use breath, open the side body. Let's inhale and exhale our hands back to shoulder width. A couple of breaths. Let's inhale to lift the hips up, coming into all fours once more. And this time we'll just slide the hands forward, keeping the hips over the knees, floating the forehead down for puppy. Then we'll slide forward, bringing our shoulders over our hands, coming into baby cobra. We can zip up our legs, we can lift the chest, just enough to float off the floor, not hyperextending the spine, just engaging the spine enough to float up. We'll relax down, we can turn, resting on the right cheek. Take a breath. Next inhale, we'll float back up to baby cobra, just engaging that back, just enough to activate the muscles, not hyperextending, please. We'll float down, resting on the left cheek. Once more, we'll inhale, we'll lift, we'll float. And we'll relax, and we'll bring our elbows forward under our shoulders for Sphinx. We can have our forearms parallel, we can interlace fingers if we like. Relaxing the midsection of the body, relaxing the lower back and the abdominals, letting the hips melt into the floor. We'll press down to our elbows, lifting our chest up, shining our chest forward, using the upper body to pull the rib cage away from the pelvis. So we're lengthening and stretching the midsection without engaging it. And sliding our hands out, we can ground into our palms and use the strength of our arms to press ourselves up and let our belly sink. So really relaxing the midsection, that's the key here. We'll relax down. Let's press ourselves back up to hands and knees. Let's just sway the hips from side to side to release the back a little bit here. Take a couple of cat-cows. Follow your own breath. We'll come back to neutral. We'll step the right foot forward. We can slide the left knee back. We can walk our hands up to the thigh, coming into our Anjaneyasana. We'll sink the hips forward and down, opening up the quads, tip flexors back here in the left leg. We also can sweep our arms up for more openness across the front body. A couple of breaths. We'll press back. We'll hinge forward, long spine, Hanumanasana, stretching our hamstrings. Inhale and exhale a little bit deeper. Shouldn't be painful, but you should be aware of that feeling of stretch, that sensation in the back of your thigh here. Do not force it. If you force it, your body's going to lock you out. You have to back off a little bit sometimes to be able to sink deeper into it when your body lets you in. Sink forward for Anjaneyasana once more, walking your hands up to the thigh, lifting the chest, optionally sweeping our arms up. You could also do cactus if you want. You could do prayer hands if you like. Try to lift the chest to open up this hip a little bit more. Then we'll press back. We'll find our Hanumanasana once more, our split here, our half split. Long spine, pressing deeper, stretching the hamstrings. I'm just going to walk forward to a low supported lunge, pivot myself around to Skandasana, shift to the other side, Skandasana, walk myself around to a low lunge, lower my back knee, Keep my back foot back a little bit. Walk my hands up to my thigh. Here I am on the other side. Put my Vinyasa, sinking hips forward and down, lifting chest, prayer hands, cactus arms, or sweep the arms up if you like. Notice how I roll my shoulders back before I sweep my arms up. Having those shoulders set back and down tends to open up more space in your shoulder joint. You might just try it sometime. Start from here and raise your arms, see where you get, and then roll your shoulders back and raise your arms and see where you get. Inhale and exhale. This is a good example where having proper posture doesn't just look better, it lets your body function better. Let's press back and do Vinyasa, holding forward, long spine, inhale and exhale, stretching the hamstrings. Couple of breaths here, and then we'll slide forward, back to Vinyasa, walking our hands up to our thighs, lifting the chest, sinking the hips forward and down, sweeping up if we wish. Pressing back once more to Vinyasa, long spine, hinging at the hip crease. Bring that leg back now. We're going to curl our toes under, roll back into the balls of our feet. Inhale, straighten the legs to forward fold. In forward fold, we can keep our knees a little bit soft if we like. Letting the chest and belly fold down to the thighs. We can grab opposite elbows with each hand. Relax the head and neck and just nod the head or shake the head. Releasing any tension from the neck. We can sway the arms in and out, side to side, maybe in a circle, one direction, and reverse it. Maybe we get fancy and make a figure eight with our arms. Just releasing any tension. Then we can release the elbows, fingertips come back down toward the floor. We'll inhale to lift halfway, coming to flat back. We'll exhale to fold. We'll inhale to circle sweep and reverse swan dive, rising all the way up. We'll exhale, swan dive back down with soft knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep up. Let's exhale, arms down to side for mountain pose. Let's ground our feet. Let's lift our toes up and then roll them down from the pinky side, one toe at a time, really sealing the foot against the floor. Let's activate the legs. Imagine you're drawing your thighs up, pulling your kneecaps up and rotating your thighs inward. The legs are very active. The core is drawing in and up. Sternum is lifted. Shoulders are packed back and down. As always, crown of the head lifting up toward the sky. Nice and active through the arms. Let's inhale to sweep up. Interlace our fingers. Exhale, take a little tip to the right here. Up the side body. So notice that I'm not pushing my hip out for this one. I'm lifting, lengthening, then just bending over from the top of the body. It's not this. I'm not dumping into my hip. I'm lifting first and swaying. Let's inhale back to center. Let's exhale, swaying left. Still lifting first. Think about lifting the whole time, really, and just tipping. Inhale, center. Exhale, tip to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, tip to the left. A couple more rounds of this. Lift, lengthen, tip. Lift, lengthen. Come back to center. We're going to step out now with the right foot coming into goddess pose. So my feet turn out so that my knees point toward my toes. The length of this step might be something close to the length of your leg, but you need to adjust to make sure you can allow your knees to point towards your toes. From goddess, we'll inhale up to star pose. We'll come back to goddess. We call this moonflowers when we flow between goddess and star pose. Inhale and exhale. For 3, for 2, for 1. Let's inhale to lift. We're going to exhale now. We're going to slide into a triangle pose. We have to pivot our feet. So I'm going to turn my left foot to point forward, my right foot to turn out. Extend my arms and slide my rib cage to the right. And then bring this right hand down, the left arm up. I'm trying to stack my shoulders, open my front body. If you have the back of your hand against your leg, you can press your hand against your leg for more openness, squeezing shoulder blades, opening this triangle pose. I'm going to inhale to reverse my triangle, lifting up. And exhale, coming back into my triangle pose. Inhale to lift. So my feet aren't changing because I'm just moving between triangle and reverse triangle right now. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale to triangle. Now from triangle, I'm going to pivot my feet around, coming into a shorter stance or pyramid. So basically my right foot can stay the same place. I'm going to swing my left foot out, turn it parallel, and I want to keep lateral space between my feet. So my feet are not lined up. There is hip width distance between my feet laterally. I've got my long spine here, my triangle pose. I can inhale and exhale, folding deeper if I'd like. I'm keeping long spine today. Just lengthening and pressing the chest down. Getting some stretch here in the back with the right leg. I'm going to inhale to lift up and exhale to step my foot back and come down into a supported lunge. So from supported lunge, I'm going to inhale and exhale, pivoting around, coming into Skandasana. We did this little trick earlier. Now Skandasana, you can stay with your heel down, or you can lift your heel up. There's a couple different options for Skandasana. So whatever works best for you. You might find one or the other gives you more sensation in your inner thigh. Let's shift over. Skandasana, left side. A couple breaths in sync with each breath. Let's come back to the right side. Sink and open the hips. We'll come back to the left side. Let's come back to the right side, and from here we're going to come center to yoga squat. I'm going to hold this for a few breaths. Let's inhale to rise up. Star. Exhale, yoga squat. Inhale, star. Exhale, yoga squat. 2 more times. Once more. We're going to stay down. We're going to shift Skandasana to the left. Now we're going to unwind all those poses we did on the right side. So the same poses in reverse order. So we bring ourselves back around to our side lunge. That was from side lunge to supported side lunge. Now we're going to step the back foot in a bit, lift up into pyramid pose. Now here's the tricky part. We're going to open from pyramid into triangle. So we have to step this. Now it's the right foot. It's going to turn to point forward. Bring the left arm down, the right arm up. So now we're in a pyramid on the other side. Let's reverse and flow this one. Inhale, lift. Exhale, sliding back into pyramid. Triangle pose. I'm saying pyramid. Inhale up to reverse triangle. Exhale, slide those ribs to the left. Come down, stack the shoulders. For 3. For 2. For 1. Next inhale, we lift, we pivot our feet around, coming back into star pose. Back to goddess. Now we're going to step the feet back together for mountain. We're going to sway to the left this time because we started going to the right. We'll come back to center. We'll come back to mountain. So that was one side. Now we'll do the other side, but we're going to break it down without all the little flourishes and additions. Just go through the actual moves. So we're going to go to the left, and we're going to repeat right and left again. Quick drink if you want it. Starting from mountain, pat the shoulders at the sternum. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, sway to the left. Inhale, rise. Exhale, step out to the left to goddess. Inhale to star. Exhale, pivot those heels and slide into triangle pose. So your right foot points forward, your left foot points out to the side. Inhale and exhale, pivot that right heel coming into triangle pose. Pyramid pose. Then we'll inhale and exhale, stepping into triangle pose. I just backed up, sorry. Back to pyramid. From pyramid, we're going to drop down to a supported lunge. And then shift into Skandasana. We're going to come to yoga squat in the middle. And take Skandasana to the other side. Now we unwind. Come back to supported lunge. Shorten the stance, come back into a pyramid. Now we open back up into triangle on the right side. So we have to change our footing here. From triangle, we rise back up to star, pointing our toes out about a 45-degree angle. Come to goddess. Lift. We can come back together for upward mountain. We're going to sway to the right because we started going left. We'll come back to center. Come back to mountain. So now we've done the flow going in both directions one time. Now we'll do it again, going right first, then left, winding and unwinding. Starting from mountain. Inhale, rise. Exhale, sway to the right. Inhale, rise. Exhale, step out to goddess. Inhale to star. Exhale, shifting, sliding into triangle. I like to inhale and lift as I pivot, and exhale, folding down into pyramid. I like to inhale to lengthen and exhale to step back into supported lunge. Inhale to lift, exhale, turning into Skandasana, side lunge. Inhale, exhale, sinking into Malasana, yoga squat. Inhale, exhale, sliding to side lunge, Skandasana to the left side. Inhale, exhale, supported lunge. Inhale that back foot in. Exhale and fold down the pyramid. Inhale, adjust your footing, and exhale, sliding into triangle pose. Inhale back to start, pivot those heels around. Exhale for goddess. Inhale back together for upward mountain. Exhale, sway to the left. Inhale, lift. Exhale, back to mountain. Inhale, lift. Exhale, sway to the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, goddess. Inhale to star. Exhale, adjusting feet and sliding into triangle pose. Inhaling to pivot those feet around, lift the front body. Exhale, folding into pyramid. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, drop down to supported lunge. Inhale, lift. Exhale, pivot around to Skandasana. Inhale up. Exhale, down into Malasana, yoga squat. Inhale, lift. Exhale, sink Skandasana to your left side. Inhale and exhale to supported lunge. Let's inhale that back foot in, lift the front body, and exhale, folding down the pyramid. Let's inhale and exhale, sliding back into triangle pose. Inhale back to star. Exhale, goddess. Inhale together. Exhale, sway left. Inhale, center. Exhale, back to mountain home stretch, now leading to the left side. Inhale, lift. Exhale, sway left. Inhale, lift. Exhale, goddess. Inhale, star. Exhale, triangle. Adjust those feet. Inhale and exhale, finding pyramid. Inhale and exhale, finding low lunge. Inhale and exhale, Skandasana, side lunge. Inhale, exhale, Malasana, yoga squat. Inhale, exhale, side lunge, unwinding it now. Inhale, exhale, low lunge. Inhale, shorten the stance, lift the front body. Exhale, press to pyramid. Inhale, adjust that back foot. Exhale, sliding into triangle. Inhale, back to start, pivot those heels around. Exhale, the goddess. Inhale together for extended mountain. Exhale, swaying right. Inhale, lift. Exhale, back to mountain pose. And that's our moon salutation. It's supposed to be calming. I'm not sure that it is, but it's supposed to be calming. Let's take a couple of balance poses now that we're calm. Before we start our balance pose, let's talk about Mula Bandha again. That's your pelvic floor, your root lock. So try to feel that pelvic floor. Sometimes this is described as the muscles you use to cut off urination. Sometimes it's described as not being that. Give it to you either way. I've come to describe it mostly as lifting the pelvic floor, engaging the muscles up, lightly, not clenching. I think you'll find if you use this little bit of lifting of the pelvic floor during your balance poses, you have a little more stability to work with. Coming to mountain, hands at heart center, grounding into the left foot today to start. Option 1 for our tree pose will be kickstand the leg out to the side with a light touch. Option 2 will be bringing the heel to the ankle. Now try to find yourself a stationary spot to focus on the drishti. Get that Mula Bandha, that pelvic floor lift. Option 3, conceal the foot against the calf, creating equal pressure, pressing foot against calf, calf against foot. You can also create equal pressure between the thigh and the foot. Flip the arms up. Breathe. Come back to heart center. Let's bring that right knee forward, we'll cross the leg over. We can hold out here, or we can push our hips back and fold toward the shin for standing pigeon or floor stretch. You can rise back up. You can shake it out. Now grounding the right foot down, using Mula Bandha, using our drishti, we'll bring the left foot out to the side, option 1, or heel to ankle, option 2, or seal the foot to the calf with equal pressure, option 3, or bring the foot to the thigh, equal pressure, option 4. You can also grow your tree, breathe, focus on your drishti. That lifting of the pelvic floor as your whole body lifts with it. Back to heart center. Bring that left knee forward. We can cross the left ankle over the right leg if we like. We can stay here, or we can sit back. Pushing hips back, holding chest toward the shin. Finding our standing pigeon. And rising back up. We'll shake it out. Come down to the mat. Let's just start seated for now. Our legs extended. If you want to sit on a blanket, that's always a nice option. If you have a strap you'd like to use, or a belt or something, feel free to grab that. We're going to wrap that around the balls of our feet if we have it. Otherwise, we're going to sit up tall. We can press our hands down and lift the chest. Whatever option you're doing, try to lift the chest, lengthen the spine. So first we find length. Inhale, tall. Then we exhale, pressing the chest forward ever so slightly. Bringing a little stretch to the hamstrings. Lift and lengthen. Hold it here for a couple of breaths. Try to get the most you can with your long spine. Then we can inhale and exhale, folding forward, releasing hands coming down to shins, ankles, feet, toes, whatever we've got. Letting our forehead melt down toward our knees, head hang heavy, breathe and sink. Moving the stretch, not just in the hamstrings now, but also in the lower back. Inhaling, we rise back up. Let's bring the left foot to the right inner thigh. If you have a strap and would like to wrap it around the ball of your foot, feel free. Otherwise, we're going to stack tall. This time we'll extend our arms straight forward. We'll keep our gaze straight forward as we begin. Inhale tall, exhale pressing forward. Still long spine, not rounding over yet. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, press. Get that stretch first. A couple more breaths here. Then we'll inhale and exhale, releasing and rounding over, reaching for the foot, the ankle, the toes, letting the head hang for Janu Shirshasana, head to knee pose. Try to draw your breath all the way down to your hamstrings. We'll use our sinking breath. Inhale and exhale to go deeper into our stretch. We'll rise back up. Let's bring the left hand down to ground, just like our kickstand, and we'll lift our hips off the floor. Kind of a gate pose here. And we'll come back down, sinking the hips. Now with the left hand, we'll grab the left knee. With the right hand, we'll grab the left foot. So we're holding that left lower leg with both hands. We have an option to wrap our elbows around the foot and the knee, but we have to stack the spine tall, and we rock out, loosening the hip, cradling the baby. We can plant that left foot either inside the thigh or outside the thigh. Again, we're going to sweep the left arm back. Now we inhale that right arm up toward the sky. And we exhale that right elbow across that left knee. You can keep your elbow here. You can extend your arm if you like. Inhale tall, lengthen the spine, draw those abs in and up. Exhale, take your twist. Turning to your left, perhaps looking over your shoulder. Spinal twist. Long spine. Lift that sternum. Think about lengthening your spine as your primary goal. The twisting only comes after the lengthening. You can relax back through center and walk our hands to the right side for a counter twist. And we'll relax back to center. We'll straighten both legs. We'll shake them out. We'll bounce the calves, as I once heard in a class. Now bringing the right foot to the left inner thigh, facing the left foot, stacking the spine tall. If we have a strap, we can go around the ball of the foot. If we don't have a strap, we're reaching straight forward, gazing straight forward, finding lift in the torso, and pressing forward. Keeping that spine long for now. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale into our Janu Shirshasana, our head to knee, reaching forward, rounding over, grabbing the foot, toes, ankle, shin, whatever you want to grab, whatever you can reach. Letting the head sink, using our sinking breath, matching, we can breathe all the way down into our hamstrings here. Rising back up. This time sweeping the right arm behind us as we lift our hips, coming into our gate pose. And relaxing back down. Now, the right hand grabs the right knee, the left hand grabs the right foot. Or we hook our elbows around that right lower leg. Stack the spine nice and tall, and we cradle the cradle the baby. Now we can plant that right foot either inside the left thigh or outside the left thigh. Again, we're sweeping the right arm back, lifting the chest, inhaling the left arm up to the sky, exhaling the elbow across the right knee with the option to extend the arm out. Inhale, draw the abs in. Exhale, making our twist. With each breath, we sit up tall. With each exhale, perhaps we go a little farther if we can. And we relax back to center. Straighten our legs out. We'll shake the legs out. We're going to roll to one side onto our bellies for a quick locust pose. A little more lower back strength here. So we're going to zip up our legs to start, to bring the thighs close together. Options for hands. You can stack your hands and rest your forehead. You can grab your opposite elbows, rest your forehead on your forearms. You can also bring your arms back to your sides. If you've got your arms at your sides, you might want to turn to one side and then alternate turning your head from side to side as you lift and lower along the way. First set, we're just going to squeeze the thighs together and lift the legs off the floor. Inhale and lift just enough to engage the glutes and lower back, not enough to hyperextend the spine or create any undue pressure on the back. A couple of breaths, relaxing down. Next time, upper body, chest, shoulders, arms. Inhale, lift. If you got the arms at your sides, you're reaching your arms back towards your feet, opening your front body. Exhale, lower. You might want to turn your head the other direction. Next, you can repeat just the legs or just the arms, or do both together. Inhale, lift. Couple of breaths. Relax it down. One more set. If you've got your arms back, or you want to put them back, you can also squeeze your arms together behind your back like you've got a beach ball behind your back. So lift legs or arms or both. Inhale. Option to squeeze a beach ball behind your back. Let's relax down and bring our hands under our shoulders. Take a breath and press ourselves back. One more child's pose today, sinking our hips, really decompressing the spine, finding length. Come up to hands and knees. Let's do our kneeling dancer variation today. We'll slide the right foot back and then float the leg up and bend the foot and knee so that the right foot, sole of the foot faces the ceiling. Extend the left arm forward and sweep it back. See if you can grab your foot or ankle. If you can grab it, kick your foot into your hand, open your hip. If you can't grab it, just keep reaching for it. Try to lift the hip, lift the knee, and release back down. Take a breath. We'll slide the left foot back. We'll float the left leg up. We'll bend the knee with the sole of the foot facing the ceiling. Extending the right arm forward. Sweeping the right hand back. See if we can grab the foot or ankle, kick and lift. Now, maybe you can do it on one side, not the other. That's not unusual. That's fine. Just keep practicing. Also, if you've got a strap, you can always put a strap around your ankle to add some more range there if you need to. Just release back down. Just drop to one hip. And we'll come over to a seated position. We'll slide our heels to the end of the mat here. We're going to roll down to our backs now. You can do that by hugging one knee in if you like and rolling down. Or you can stack your spine, extend your arms forward, and tuck under, rolling down one vertebra at a time. Onto the back. Let's slide our feet in and plant our heels hip width, close enough to our backside that we can touch our ankles with our fingertips. Take a couple of articulating bridges here. So we're going to peel the spine up one vertebra at a time as best we can, starting from the lower spine, from the tailbone and sacrum. So inhale and lift and peel like you're unzipping a zipper as your spine lifts off the mat. Exhale, rolling back down. Try to feel your body undulating. Inhale, lift. Exhale, back down. For 3, 2. And 1. Let's hug the knees to the chest. Rock out a little bit. And we're going to release the right leg out and down. And with the right hand, we're grabbing the left thigh, pulling the left leg across the body, rolling onto the right hip, extending the left arm to the side, keeping our shoulder blades grounded. One more twist on this side, spinal twist. Breathing, relaxing, and melting, not forcing it, please. Listening to the body, just feeling that sensation as you sink and breathe and relax. Then we'll come back to center. Each hand can grab a knee, and we'll stir those legs like egg beaters. We'll reverse directions. And we'll release the left leg out and down. With the left hand, we're grabbing the right thigh, pulling the right leg across the body, rolling onto the left hip, keeping our shoulder blades grounded, extending the right arm to the side and turning our head to the right, breathing and sinking, releasing and relaxing. Coming back to center, hugging our thighs. Rolling our legs in a circle 3 times one direction. And reversing, going 3 times the other direction. Drawing the knees in and bringing our arms between our knees. We're grabbing the soles of our feet by the arch of the foot. Draw the soles of the feet up toward the ceiling. Draw the knees down toward the floor. Trying to stack the ankle over the knee. Trying to roll the whole spine down onto the floor, nice and long, rocking side to side, massaging the lower back. Coming to stillness, releasing our legs out and down, letting our feet flop out to the side, floating our arms down with our palms facing up. Relaxing the head, relaxing the neck, letting the eyes softly close. Let's bring our awareness to our neck, to our spine. Do we have a comfortable length in our neck and our spine? Do we need to adjust our hips or shoulder blades or head one way or the other to find a nicer, more comfortable length? Perhaps we need to put a towel or pillow under the head, that's fine too. We find that length, we find that sensation of melting down, no support, everything just grounding and sinking. Let's bring our awareness to our toes and just try to feel the energy in your toes. You might imagine it as a light that shines from the inside of your body and spreads from your toes into your feet. You might feel a tingling sensation as you bring awareness to these parts of your body. And that energy, that light spreading up through your ankles, to your shins, your calves. It's rising up to your knees and thighs. Feeling the energy, the vitality, the light into your pelvis, your abdomen, your chest. Down through your arms, your fingertips, up your neck, into your head, your whole body feeling alive, vibrant, glowing, peaceful and calm. Now becoming aware of our breath once more, following those inhales and exhales. Going into Shavasana. Deepening our breath. We can come back into the body, wiggling our fingers and toes, sliding our feet in, planting our feet a little wider than hip width, and then swaying the knees from side to side, feeling them rise and fall like ocean waves, and then eventually rolling on to one side, stacking one hip over the other, one shoulder over the other. We'll take a couple of breaths here, and then with as much ease as possible, we'll press ourselves up to a comfortable seat, rounding our sits bones, stacking the spine, lifting the sternum, bringing hands to heart center. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.